All right, they just went final in Denver. The Nuggets taking game one of the NBA Finals, 104-93 over the Miami Heat, and a very strong performance from the Nuggets. Was not as close as this score indicates. Dominated large chunks of this game, up double digits most of the game. I think the Heat had a 1-point lead very early in the first quarter, but from start to finish, an absolutely dominating performance from the Nuggets. And I would be very concerned if I was Heat fans. They looked completely outmatched across the board. Now, there are some issues that they will fix. They were absolutely atrocious shooting the ball. Max Strus, a huge embarrassment. 0 for 10, I think he was, from the field. 0 for 10, 0 for 9 from 3. That's an embarrassment for Strus. Caleb Martin came down to earth a little bit, only 1 for 7. 3 points from him. Very strong game from Bam, though. Had 26, 13, and 5. Very big game for Bam. He was really good inside early and late, was very consistent. Vincent had a nice game. Jimmy Butler really didn't do much. He started off hot. He was 6 of 14 from the floor, 13 points, but really wasn't much of an impact in this game. He had a lot of their early baskets, was 1 of 2 from 3. But really, the Heat were never able to get into a groove. The Nuggets dominated this game offensively. Jokic running the point man. He had a huge game. Another triple-double, I'm sure you knew. 27, 14, and 10. He was fantastic. He was dishing the ball left and right. Big game from Jamal Murray as well. 26, 10. 26, 6, and 10. So they were feeding, distributing, and that's what this Nuggets team does. They get the ball into their playmakers' hands, they make the right passes, and guys hit shot. Aaron Gordon was huge for the Nuggets early. He was a huge mismatch for the Heat. I think he had 10, 12 points in the first quarter, which was huge. I mean, they didn't have an answer from him. They'd have Jokic at the top of the key, he'd swing point, and then bam, right to Gordon underneath. A lot of backdoor cuts. And the Heat were really getting caught up in transition. They couldn't get the defensive matchups they wanted. They wanted Jimmy Butler on Jokic early, and they couldn't seem to get that matchup. Nuggets running the ball in transition would get the switches they wanted, and it was just total dominance from Denver. I've been very impressed with this Nuggets team this postseason. I'll have to admit, I was not a believer much in this Nuggets team all season. We've seen this story before, but Jokic, Jamal Murray, who I've been a huge fan of Jamal Murray, I think people have slept on him a little bit, have really stepped on this postseason. Jamal Murray's been on fire. I think this is 8 straight games now, 7 straight games with at least 26 points. He's been absolutely killing it in the Western Conference Finals and now game 1 of the finals. Other good contributions all around. Michael Porter Jr., 14 points. He was a plus 20 on the floor. Very strong defensively. He had another 12 rebounds. I really liked what I saw. He is locked in defensively. He's really turned it up a notch in this postseason, committed to the defensive side of the ball. But with his length and his frame, that's a really important. Had a couple of blocks early, was really wreaking havoc on them, made things uncomfortable. And that's what this Nuggets team do. They just onslaught you with offense. They distribute, they hit open shots, they get open looks. Now, if you're Miami here, let's not all panic. This was game 1. We knew they're coming off tired. The Nuggets had 9 days off. They had to win this game. Their first finals game in franchise history, 47 years. You knew it would be kind of like this. And Miami struggled. They made a nice run. They were down like 24, 26, I think, in the fourth quarter. I think they were down 21 in the fourth quarter. Opened on an 11-0 run to start that, which was huge. Huge 11-0 run, cut it to 10, but they just really couldn't get over that hump. Nuggets came down, hit a basket, got a stop, hit some free throws, got another stop, hit another basket, and it was back to 16 again. And that was pretty much all she wrote. Let's look at the shooting numbers. Nuggets 50% from the floor, hitting a lot of shots. Only 29% from 3. That was the only thing that kept Miami around. They were 0 for 10, I think, to start this game from the three-point arc. So that's the only thing that kept Miami hanging around. This game could have been over very early, 30 points maybe early in this game, but they were getting a lot of easy looks, a lot of dunks, a lot of layups, and Miami just couldn't hit shots. It was kind of frustrating if you're a Heat fan. A lot of open looks early in that mid-range area. They got some good looks. They just could not buy a basket. Other than Bam and Jimmy early, nobody was doing anything. Like I said, 0 for 10 from Strus. Can't have that. I know they're undrafted guys, but you got to hit shots. 33% from three kind of kept them around. The free throw differential, a huge marker here though. 20 free throws to 2. The Heat have been trying to get to the free throw line. They pound in the paint, and the Nuggets have had issues guarding this interior stuff. They give up a lot of free throws. We saw this in the Lakers series. Lakers still shot a lot of free throws in those games. Jokic was in foul trouble most of that series, it felt like. Even though they dominated and swept, he was still in foul trouble for a good chunk of those games. Now they trust him to keep him on the floor, but this is a huge disparity I would not expect to see between these two teams. I figured Miami would be able to draw contact, get to the rim, shoot some free throws, try and keep this game close. Everything else pretty much even here, pretty even on the rebounds, 45 to 43, 29 to 26 on assists. Turnovers were 8 to 10, so pretty even here. Points in the paint, 46 to 38, a little edge there for Denver. But like I said, a lot of backdoor cuts, a lot of layups, a lot of dunks. So I'd be a little concerned if I was Miami. You got to shoot better. 40% from the floor. It wasn't really that good. They really struggled early in this mid part of this game, and it let the score get out of hand. They started hitting shots late, but it might have been a little too late. As soon as Denver had to put their foot back on the gas when they cut it to 10, they easily did that. And that's what we've seen from this Nuggets team. They've closed out every single game this postseason. Even if they let up a little bit, they're able to shut the door. And that's what a championship contender is meant to do. But game 2 coming on Sunday. They're going to have a couple days off to readjust some stuff. Big game for the Heat. I really think you got to get one in Denver, or you are looking at a real possibility of not coming back to Denver for a game 6 and game 7. I think it's 2-3-2 still. It might be 2-2, 1-1-1. I'm not sure what the finals does anymore, but you really want to get this game 2, or at least really push it to the brink. You can't have another blowout here, or Denver's going to start rolling come Miami. And this is their first road game 1 loss of the postseason for the Heat. They've won 3 straight road game 1s. So they've been kind of road warriors, and they were very poor tonight. So they got to step it up for game 2 on Sunday. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Is Denver gonna take advantage of this mismatch and finally bring home that first title, or the Heat gonna rebound, make it 1-1, heading back to Miami? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Again, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share this video with your friends, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.